neutral pelvic tilt. So hands on our hips, we're gonna roll the pelvis forwards, make sure the knees are hip distance apart, and tuck that tailbone under. Good, and forwards, and tucking under. 2 more, and under. Last one, and under. Find that position between the two. So our neutral spine. Making sure that head pillow has gone away, we're going to come into our shoulder bridge. So squeezing the bum muscles, peeling up vertebra by vertebra, keeping the bum engaged, lifting the hips to wherever is comfortable with you. Just going to stay here. Nice strong bums here, core engaged. And slowly peel down from the top of the spine, making that bum last. Good. And again, coming up, squeezing those bum muscles, nice, strong, stabilizing legs here. Staying here. Keep those hips lifted. Good job. And slowly down, vertebra by vertebra. Good. This one we're going to stay up for a little bit longer and do some different things. So coming up, peeling the bum, vertebra by vertebra, making sure those knees are still hip width apart. We're just going to bend the elbows and straighten the elbows. Bend and straighten. Make sure you're breathing, nice relaxed breathing, bend and straighten. Keep those bums lifted, 3, and straighten. 2, and 1. Good. Staying here if you can. We're going to lift the heels and lower the heels. Good. 4, down. 3, bums firing here. 2, and 1. Lower the heels, peel down, vertebra by vertebra, bottom. Last, when you get to the bottom, hug your knees into your chest. Why this class is flying on. Staying here. Okay, now you can bring your head pillow back in. Okay, planting both feet back on the floor. We're going to come into scissors level 1. So hands down either side of the hips, making sure your hips and ribs are connected to one another so you're not flaring through the rib cage. We're going to inhale to prepare. As you exhale, lift the right knee up into tabletop. Inhale to hold and slowly lower down. And switch legs. If you have been doing this with me for a little while, you can come up into level 2. So tabletop, as the right lowers down, the left comes up, and then they switch. Make sure you're inhaling to prepare, exhale for the movement, inhale to hold, exhale to lower, keeping those ribs and hips engaged. Good job. Movement just coming from the hips as well, so keeping those knees at 90 degrees. The lower belly muscle should be firing, whichever variation you're doing. Good, lovely, and switch. Good job. 2, and 1. Lower them both down. We're gonna come up into double tabletop here. So both legs, one at a time, are 90 degrees bent. Just gonna hang here. So the lower ribs are connected to the hip bones and the hip bones are drawing towards each other. So the magnets are engaging there, the transverse abdominal muscles. If you want further challenge, you can tuck your chin in and lift your head up and your shoulders off the mat. Holding here, make sure you're breathing. And then lower the shoulders and the head. Keep those knees lifted. And coming back up. 3, 2, 1, and down. 3 more, coming up. 3, 2, 1, and down. 2 more. 3, 2, 1, down. Last one. abdo crunch. So just a small little exercise here so your hips and ribs are staying connected. Make sure the knees are staying at hip distance apart. Just lifting the neck and the shoulders off the mat, holding here, and slowly let down. And again, coming up and down. 8, 7, keep those knees nice and still, then head relax into the hands. 6, 5, core firing here. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Coming down, reaching the arms up to the ceiling for a double leg stretch arms. Keeping our knees nice and still. We're just going to bring the arms back, hips and ribs engaged, and circling, making that D on the ceiling. And back up to the start. Circling the arms back, keeping those hips connected to the rib cage. Circle around and back. Good. 2 more. And last one. Good. Engaging those cores slightly for this one. And hands back behind the head. We've got 10 more abdo crunches coming up. 10, 9, 8, 7. My Garmin just told me my stress levels are too high, so I need to make sure I'm breathing. 4, 3, 2, bellies here. And 1, lower down. Good. Keep the hands where you are. We're just going to come into our hip twist level 1. So our left knee staying nice and still, keeping the ribs and hips engaged. Slowly lower the right knee out to the side and bringing it back in. And again, same thing. Keep that left knee nice and still, using those stomach muscles and pelvic floor to pull that right leg out back in. 5 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Good. Changing sides. Right knee nice and still. Left leg out to the side. Core engaged. Pulling that leg back in. 7, 6, 5, 4. Keep that right knee nice and still. 3, 2. Last one. Back in. Good. We just got 10 more crunches. Up we come. 10, 9, 8. Hips and ribs engaged. Don't flare that rib cage. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the head and the shoulders. Both of our feet are going to join and open the hips up here. Here we're just going to do 5 abdominal crunches. So coming up, make sure you're not pushing down to that pelvic floor, holding here. And back down. And up. And back down. If you feel like you're bearing down, beware to pull up, wink and zip if you need to. Down. 2. Working a little bit higher in the abdominals here, and 1. And down, good, perfect. Closing the knees, placing the hands Down by your hips. You're going to bring your knees together, feet either side of the mat. Just loosening up here. Nice controlled breathing into the lower lungs. And out through the mouth. And in through the nose. And out through the mouth. Melting everything down from the top of the spine all the way down to your big toe. I want you to thank yourself for showing up today. That's awesome. For some of you, this is twice this week, which is amazing. Bringing your feet back together, arms out into the T, rolling your hips over to the left and looking over your right side. You can keep your eyes closed though. And extend that right leg forward so it's touching the floor in front. Circle that foot back on the floor so you're back onto your back. And bringing your knees over to the right, looking over the left. And extend that left leg. Circle that leg down and onto your back. One more either side, over to the left. Reaching that right leg, looking over that right shoulder. Rolling back onto your back. One more to the right, left leg extending. Good, back onto your back, taking your toes in your hands into our happy baby. And just rocking from side to side. Good, closing the knees. And we're gonna roll up into a seated position. So tuck everything in and up we come. Good. Legs forward, chest nice and tall. Arms up, we're gonna reach and dive forward. Try and touch your toes or your shins or your thighs. Try and keep your legs straight. Stretching here through the hamstrings. Big breath in, and on the exhale, try and go a little bit deeper into that stretch. Good, gonna bring your elbows onto the mat. Keep your heels where they are. We're just gonna lift the hips up. For reverse plank. Good, nice. And down, lower the bum. Good, got 4 more coming up. Strong arms here. And down. And 3. And down. 2 more. Down. Last one. And down. Perfect. Come up into that seated position. You're going to bring that right leg into the pigeon. So right leg is bent forward, left leg comes behind. And you're going to Stack yourself on top of that right leg. Good, nice. Nice, relax breathing through this one. Good, coming off that leg and changing sides. Jen, I wouldn't do the other side.
No, I wouldn't.
Perfect, and the other leg through. Good, coming back up into a cross leg position. For our last little stretches, our hands to our chest, and we're going to twist over to the right. Big breath in and twist a little bit more. Good, back to the center and over to the left. Good, back to the center. Hands on our knees, gonna tuck our chin in, roll up our sitting bone. And coming forward, lifting up that chest. Good, 2 more, roll. And up. Last one. Good, reach the arms up. One arm away and stretching 2. Last one. Hands together, turn the palms away, tuck that chin in. Hands behind your butt, lift the chest. Big breath in here. And exhale back to comfortable. And we are done.